2022 might be going by scarily fast. In fact, we're almost halfway through already. But don't worry, because we've still got a massive tidal wave of games still coming your way in the months to come, I promise. We've got Dark Knights and Rows of Saints, we've got Arcs and Arc Raiders, we've got space programs, Rising Suns, and a whole lot more. So let's dive straight into the games you definitely need to be hyped for in 2022. The Saints are marching in once again, courtesy of this year's bold reboot. Although we're sure there's still going to be plenty of purple, and it's hardly likely to be a sensible affair now, is it? See? Told you. Saints Row will give us all the chance to start up our very own gang, recruiting new members, and even setting up our own sketchy businesses to act as fronts for the even sketchier business going on behind them. And they say crime doesn't pay. Ha!
Xbox Game Pass members can get their Buffy on and slay some vampires in the upcoming Day 1 exclusive from Arcane Studios, Redfall. This open world shooter takes place on an island overrun with bloodsuckers, with just a ragtag bunch of high-skilled weirdos left to stand against them. Expect weird and wonderful weapons, including what looks like a camera with a frost ray that would make Victor Freeze jealous. It's got more vampires this side of Morbius, the option to play co-op, and it's set to arrive just in time for Halloween. Well, a couple of months before, but you get the gist.
With Batman gone and the city spiraling out of control once again, Gotham Knights sees Robin, Batgirl, Nightwing, and Red Hood doing their very best to carry on the Dark Knight's legacy, which I'm told is no easy task, especially once an ancient society called the Court of Owls and their fierce talons appear from out of the shadows. Just when you thought Gotham really couldn't get any worse. Luckily, you can tackle this with fellow vigilantes, as co-op multiplayer is confirmed as available. The main man already got a movie this year, but fans of the extended Bat family should be in for a proper treat with Gotham Knights, so get your growly voices ready.
Have you heard the term biopunk? It's a lot like cyberpunk, only a lot more bodily and far grosser. At least if Scorn is anything to go by, just look how gloriously horrible this 4K Series X footage is. Grim. This Xbox exclusive first-person shooter looks set to be one of the most visceral gaming experiences of 2022, taking us through a techno-organic world full of pulsating walls, squirming weapons, and all kinds of other nightmare fuel. We can't wait. The least icky thing about this is that Game Pass subscribers will get it right away on day one.
Look, when Bethesda say they've got something new to show us, it's appropriate that we all sit up and take notice, especially when it looks as cool as their cosmic action RPG, Starfield. Set 300 years in the future, Starfield posits a world where we are advanced enough to travel freely between the stars, although we still seem to have a nasty habit of blowing each other up. Immersion, air quotes, is the key word here, with Bethesda promising an open world in which you'll be free to choose your own faction and chart your own path in. Whether that's making a splash in the corporate arena with Roisin Industries, becoming a fearsome pirate as part of the Crimson Fleet, or living out your very own space cowperson fantasy alongside the Freestar Collective. And better still, if you're an Xbox Game Pass subscriber, you'll get access to the game on day one. Launches really do not get any better than that.
The next games coming up have no dates as such, but they have been confirmed for this year, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to make sure you're the first to know when a release date is announced. Everyone's favourite fish-munching, riddle-telling, ring-coveting little scamp is back with Lord of the Rings, Gollum. Drawing from the earlier parts of Gollum's story, the game will let you take advantage of his stealthy skills and climbing abilities. Just be careful about the decisions you make along the way, or the nastier side of his split personality might start to take control.
Another major day one release hitting Xbox Game Pass in 2022, A Plague Tale Requiem will bring us into the next chapter of Hugo and Amica's tale. So expect more gorgeous French scenery, sinister plot twists, and oh, so many rats. It seems like Amica looks to have taken a few lessons in medieval rear-kicking too in between games, so expect to be able to dish out a little payback this time around.
Do you think you could win a fight with a Tyrannosaurus? If yes, then first please seek help, and then get hyped for Arc 2, which will once again let players duke it out with all kinds of prehistoric dangers in its survivalist sandbox. This time, they've even added in the fastest and most furious creature of them all, Vin Diesel. Preparation is everything in a survival game like this, so why not download the original Arc from the Xbox Game Pass library right now to give yourself a head start.
It's raining men, hallelujah. Oh god, no, these men are robotic and they're here to kill us all. Arc Raiders is a third-person shooter where you and your buddies can team up to try and stem the tide of metallic death that's pouring down on the planet. Scavenge for new equipment, use your surroundings to your advantage, and we might just live to see another day. Oh, and it's completely free to play too.
One of the biggest pop cultural events of 2022 will surely be our return to Pandora with the release of Avatar: The Way of Water. And Xbox gamers can double dip by playing Frontiers of Pandora as well. This open world adventure will take us to a never before seen part of the Na'vi homeworld to take part in an epic battle for its survival. Plus, we can dust off all those Smurf jokes we haven't got to use since 2009.
So we don't exactly know what the Callisto Protocol is yet, but we do know it's downright terrifying. Set in the same universe as PUBG, yep, I'm confused as well. This survival horror game takes place inside a prison colony on one of Jupiter's moons. You play as a prisoner doing hard time, which is about to get a whole lot harder when aliens suddenly invade. I doubt we could even show you what happens to this guy in the trailer, but it's predictably horrific. The developers said they wanted to make this the, and I quote, scariest game on next-gen consoles. And the Callisto Protocol looks like it might just make good on that promise. Honestly, go watch the full trailer. Oh!
Those delightful Kerbals are going interstellar with a new game that lets them travel between the stars. Just hope none of them end up stuck between a bookcase. Kerbal Space Program 2 will also allow players to set up colonies and introduce a multiplayer mode so that we can all reach for the stars together.
Sonic Frontiers looks set to break new ground for the series by becoming the first Sonic game to feature open-world gameplay, allowing players to race through an exciting new place they're calling the Starfall Islands. There's a ton to see now that you've made it out of the Green Hill Zone, with a bunch of different biomes for players to explore, including lush forests, sizzling deserts, and spectacular waterfalls. Just remember to slow down from time to time so you can take in the sights, folks, alright?
90s kids know the joy of designing your very own theme park, whether it's a meticulously planned out moneymaker or a creaking death trap. But now, the new kids can get in on the action with a brand new management sim called Park Beyond. Having already shown off some of the insane roller coasters you'll be able to build, this one looks really off the rails, although not literally, I hope.
The biggest Marvel team-up since Endgame, Midnight Suns brings together characters from across the multiverse for a new tactical RPG adventure. Playing as your own custom hero known as the Hunter, you'll be doing battle alongside spandex-clad legends like Wolverine, Captain America, and Blade. With over 40 different abilities to power up your hero with, this looks like the stuff comic book fans absolutely are dreaming of.
Open Roads has got Hollywood stars Caitlin Dever and Kerry Russell in tow for a gorgeous narrative adventure about a mother-daughter road trip which turns into much more of an adventure than either of them had bargained for. With a unique dialogue system to draw you into the drama, you won't want this journey to end.
Xbox Game Pass members stay winning with another huge Day 1 edition in the blobby form of Slime Rancher 2. This sequel to the slippery smash hit will provide even more slimes for you to ranch as you explore the majestic Rainbow Island to see what ancient secrets it harbors. Pro tip, most of them are slime related, but it's still adorable all the same.
When aliens attack, a young family and their dog have to run for their lives in the eerily atmospheric third-person adventure, Somerville. With the minds behind Limbo and Inside at the helm, Somerville looks set to be another enchanting exercise in environmental storytelling. Plus, it's a game where you get to hang out with a dog, and can do so on day one with Xbox Game Pass. A joyous fusion of worlds if ever there was one.
Right, pop-up quiz. What do a corgi, a gorilla, and a unicorn have in common? You got it. They're all going to beat the living daylights out of each other in Party Animals when it comes to Xbox Game Pass as a Day 1 edition later this year. This physics-based brawler will have you wobbling and walloping across a wide variety of patently ridiculous arenas, including the wings of a fighter jet, the surface of a submarine, and the courtyard of an ancient temple. Because there's no bad place to watch a pig with a mohawk get clobbered by a dog with a crossbow, am I right, folks?
In spite of all the amazing looking games we've just reeled off, there are no doubt a ton of other great games coming in 2022 that we didn't have space for here. So be sure to sound off about the ones you're most hyped for down in the comments below. And for all the latest updates on the latest titles, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell as well. We'll see you next time.